What up again? This is Grom Trooper here. Just got done doing some walking around the Alameda open space down here in Rio Grande and Alameda. It's pretty cool. Oh, your radar sign does not detect my motorcycle. Too bad police radar does. So, like I said, it's a nice little spot to stop off. I was thinking to myself, I was like, I should have brought some food. This is a good spot to stop and have a picnic and relax a bit. But instead, I'm going to go ride back down Rio Grande, and I'm going to ride home, and I'm going to eat something, and then Mrs. Grom Trooper and I are going to go out and ride some more, because it's beautiful, and she wants to give this a try, since all she has is her Grom, and we're going later this week to look at potentially picking up her larger motorcycle. A friend of ours has a Vulcan 500, which I love the styling of because it's a classic cruiser, and she likes it because it's bigger than her Grom. Now, don't get me wrong, she loves her Grom more than just about anything in the world besides our dog, but you know, she wants something a little more powerful so that we can go on longer rides together, and you know, she can have something that'll keep up more readily with this. The Grom will do almost the entire range of this bike, and I try not to be a jerk when we're out on group rides, but you know, sometimes it happens. That's the same guy I saw going the other direction. He's doing the same thing I am, but in the opposite order. Now, if it weren't for these stop signs, I would have gotten away with it too. So, on the way down here, we talked a little bit about wrenching on your own motorcycle and the pros and cons of that. And I think since I'm out here, once again, by myself, riding down this beautiful road, which, let's be honest, this would be a fun experience to share with people. I figured a good topic for us to talk about was riding in groups versus riding solo. Which do you prefer? Now, as I'm sure you can gather from the content of my videos, and the fact that I think to this point on the channel you have not seen me ride with another motorcyclist on video at all. So I think the one time I did, the video didn't come out. Womp womp. But my preferred mode of riding is solo. And the reason my preferred mode of riding is solo is because I like to squirrel and go off and look at stuff, and that has a tendency to drive other people insane when they want to go from point A to point B, and either I'm leading and then suddenly I take a detour and we're going someplace that nobody's expecting, or they're leading a group of people and suddenly I'm not there anymore because I went, ooh, squirrel, went and looked at other stuff. So that's sort of the deal with that. I prefer solo riding. Now, that is not to say that I don't enjoy riding in groups. I think it's really fun to, you know, get a bunch of people together, and by a bunch I mean like, probably my ideal group is 3 or 4 people who enjoy motorcycles, and say, hey, let's go take this road to this place. Prime example is the road from Albuquerque up to this little coal mining town turned arts community called Madrid here. And the back road up to Madrid, or I guess the main road really, is one of my favorite rides, and we'll definitely film that at some point here. But it's great to get a group of people because there's not a whole lot of stuff you want to stop and see between here and there, but it's a great ride. I think it's like 45-50 minutes, somewhere around there. And it's great that when you get there, there's a lot of stuff to do in Madrid. There's shopping, which, whatever, not for me. But the wife enjoys. Especially the used clothes stores up there. They've got some pretty cool stuff, at least for women's clothing up there. Not so much for men's. But, I like to get up there and be able to sit down and have lunch with a group of like-minded people and talk about the ride and talk about other stuff and be able to, wander around the town and have a good time and then get back on bikes and come back. So I do like group riding in that environment. So it's not one of those things where I'm like, I don't ever want to ride with other people. I just want to ride by myself. And, that's all I do. I do enjoy group rides, and Mrs. Grom Trooper and I have gone out for a few rides together. We're going to make more of a habit of that now that, we're both sort of stabilized in our schedules and we're getting time where we can actually work on stuff. But, it's something that I do enjoy doing, especially again with small groups of people. It's really fun. I don't know about these 300 plus rider group rides. I think it'd be cool to be part of one, but that's not my jam every day. I'm not like, oh, let me get a bunch of people together and let's go for a ride, because I don't want to deal with coordinating that many people or, even just being around that many people for an extended period of time. So that's my take on that. Now, that being said, as far as like charity rides and stuff like that, if you're looking to get into group riding, start small. Get a couple of friends who are experienced motorcyclists to go out with you, talk you through the ropes of what group riding looks like, how to stagger your position, learn the hand signals. If you have a guy on a Sportster, he's constantly going to be doing this because he needs to fill his gas tank up. But learn to read the other riders and sort of get an idea for what's about to happen, so you can preemptively, be aware and keep everything moving smoothly. Start small, but get some experience in, and then look on Facebook. We have a couple of different motorcycle groups on Facebook here, but I'm sure that just about everywhere has one of those, and you can go and find a group to go ride with. There's plenty of charity events, at least here, and I'm sure literally everywhere, where there's super good causes, and you're going to go to this group ride, and the fee for the group ride is 2 cans of food or whatever for the local homeless shelter, an unopened toy for kids who are victims of domestic violence or something. There's lots and lots of really great charity rides out there put on by some of the local motorcycle groups. So keep an eye out for those, and if it's something that tickles your fancy, definitely do it. Oh, look, there's more Sandhill Cranes just hanging out. Sup, burbs? Farm shop now open. Oh, I wonder where that is. So, group rides. I think they're something that you should, if nothing else, learn to do, because there's going to be that day when one of your friends is going to pop out and go, hey, I'm going out for a ride with these people, you should come along, we're going to this super cool place. And you're going to want to know how to do it and how to do it comfortably. So get yourself acclimated with the procedures for group riding, and like I said, the best way to do that is just find somebody who's already well fielded in that and have them walk you through it. Any excuse to ride, right? So just bear that in mind and make it part of your repertoire, because I think it's something that you might even enjoy it a lot more than I do. You may be like, no, I need to go on group rides, I need to have a riding buddy, because it's so much fun to have somebody to converse with. There's people like that out there, and I actually think my wife is one of them, which is one of the reasons she's been pestering me to go on more group rides, is because my wife loves to have somebody to talk to and point stuff out with and sort of go around with. So there's all sorts of personality types out there, and you should learn to group ride, if nothing else, to see if group riding is right for you. Like a damn infomercial. Is group riding right for you? Find out now. So that's my spin on group riding versus solo riding. Because I love solo riding just because get out here, clear my mind, and I'm not inconveniencing anybody else's day if I decide to go off on a little tangent or an adventure or something. So, no, that's the way that I view it. What is this construction? Oh God, contraflow. Do not like. Ah, the land of orange cones. Here you go, Brian. There are all of your bollards for your bollard palace. You can come harvest them down on Manal.